you ran for Senate. What do you and didn't win? What do you think went wrong with the campaign, if anything? What would you have done differently?
Well, I mean, the biggest problem was my opponent in the primary being Linda McMahon, who's running again. I mean, she spent $30 million in the primary in a small state like Connecticut. So it really was very difficult to combat that. I potentially could have put more money in personally, but I couldn't have matched what Linda was doing. I think part of the problem for me raising money from other people, I did raise maybe $2.5 million or so. But I think, Rand was running, and I think he ended up getting a lot of funds that, might have otherwise gone my way. But I'm glad that Rand got that money because he was able to win his race. But so it made it harder for me maybe to tap into the liberty movement as much as I could have when they saw a more viable candidate in Rand. And so, and he was running in a state where you didn't need as much money as I did here in Connecticut with the New York media market. Now, he didn't have his own money to spend, but my money, it didn't go as far over here. So it was tough to try to win, and I didn't do that badly in the three-way race. I think maybe if we had gotten my calling program to function better sooner, which was my idea, but the campaign didn't seem to get the bugs out of it until the last month or so. I think that might have actually really been able to do something had we been doing that all along. We might have gotten a lot more voters. Also, I had a lot of the Tea Parties behind me. Three major groups, they all endorsed me, but their endorsements came a little bit too late. There was a lot of inter-party wrangling. There were some other candidates that they were looking at, and so by the time they got behind me, it was already too late to influence the convention, and I didn't get enough delegates, so I had to waste a lot of money and time just getting on the ballot. So it was an uphill battle, with running against Rob Simmons. And Linda, but Linda's running right now, and she's really way ahead of Chris Shays. Chris doesn't even have any money to run any ads, so looks like Linda McMahon's going to be the nominee again, and she's probably going to lose, this time to Chris Murphy, who's a Democrat congressman. So it's unfortunate that Connecticut is going to throw away 2 Senate seats, because I think I might have been able to win given the environment in 2010. Had I actually won the Republican nomination, I think I would have had a good shot of beating Dick Blumenthal in 2010. I think I would have had a pretty good shot in Connecticut even of beating Chris Murphy in 2012. But the problem is trying to beat Linda McMahon in the Republican primary, and it's just a very difficult thing to do. So I didn't even want to attempt it this time around.
Do you plan to run again?
I don't know. It's not in my immediate plans. So right now I'm just concentrating on my businesses. I'm concentrating on the radio show, the Peter Schiff Show, which actually is going to go into broader syndication August 1st when I take over the radio slots for the G. Gordon Liddy Show because he's retiring. So I'm concentrating on that. I'm building up my offshore bank, Euro Pacific Bank, and I'm hopeful that I can turn that into a big business, as well as my Europac asset management and my mutual fund business and some of the other things I'm trying to do now on the institutional side. So I'm more involved in business now and not so much thinking about running for office. But you never know. I mean, I'm turning 50 next year, so I mean I think it's still young in politics. So I have an opportunity to run at some point if I want to.